Now, I personally still believe, as I showed that radio on the last thing, I personally still believe that you'll be able to pick up stuff on shortwave and different things, and maybe on certain stations, unless they close them down, gag order them or something, that you'll be able to get some information, even though they black out. And here's the way I believe it. I do not believe one way, shape, form, or fashion that the hurricane coverage was non-biased. I do not believe that it was shown in its full extent nor effect of what took place. The same thing's going to happen here when the food shortages and when the job losses they're increased. They're not told you the truth about the people that are unemployed, and they've not showed you the truth. They put a number out there and they expect you to believe it. But some of us have got enough sense and that have really looked at it close, know that it's about 20%. Unemployment's 20% right now. It's not no 7-point-something%. Okay? You know, the stimulus package is not to stimulate, nothing to do with me and you having a job, the economy coming back. What it is, they're paying off the rest of the people they owe on the inside and giving them their golden parachutes and their way to survive, where they can transfer it into whatever currency they want to besides the American dollar. Bingo. You hear me? I'm telling you the truth. Now, having said that, back to the information and the technology that will be available. Now, you and I already know, and it's back to the business, it's not a conspiracy theory, that YouTube has censored and censored and censored and censored tons of us when it comes to critical issues and getting the truth out. I try to remain real careful about talking about certain groups for a very reason. There are other people out there that are talking about them groups, but you have to give End Time the benefit of the doubt that I'm trying to be wise, that I don't get censored no more than I have been, okay? So I don't want you to think that I don't know about the groups of certain people and these things, but you got to understand something. You know, if they're shutting you down and you have to make up thing after thing after thing, okay, why do you have such a problem with me trying to be a little bit wiser about it and be a little bit more discreet in the way I bring stuff across so that you can receive it, okay? You know, you may want to try something, and I'm sending this out to some certain people that think that I don't know what's going on in certain areas, which I do. I want you to understand that if you watch this video and you know who I'm talking to. You know, I've got a DVD duplicator that I'm fixing to get here in a short, and I'm going to begin to mail stuff out. I'll mail it from a discrete location. I will not mail it from my house. I will not do it. I'll mail it from a discrete location, and it will get to people, and we'll have a way to get it to each other. But at the same time, I mean, what good is it going to do me if I go to spouting this and that, and I get it out of the realm that I'm able to do this without being shut down, and I get shut down? What good can I be to people out there in the short time we have left? Does that make sense? I hope it does to some of you that are browbeaten, and I shouldn't have said that, I apologize, that are really pushing for me to talk about certain issues that I'm just unable to do because I know I'll get shut down like you did. And I hope that makes sense to you. It's not that I'm checking to say the truth, because I know the truth. But at the same time, I have to be wise. I have to try to use wisdom in what I'm doing in order to stay on the airwaves as long as I can. Okay? So, having said that, let's get back to this. I want to get back to the, see, there's chatter up and down concerning possible incidents that that could possibly provoke Iran into a war. Now I want you to hear me. That's right. There's chatter going on that could possibly provoke Iran into going into a war. Now, on this video, I won't get into details. If I feel led of God, I'll get into it on another separate video, because it takes too much time to try to put all this too many pieces of information together at one time. It joggles the brain, because it sure has joggled mine here recently, but in any event. Now, I want you to think of something for a minute. Do you remember? I know you do. I mean, you got a brain. You can remember things. You wouldn't be watching this video right now. But back when you were a kid, I don't know if you ever experienced it. I did, you know. But when a storm cloud came in South Georgia, man, and them things could get rough there. When I was a kid, Mom would say, come on, let's go in the house. It's getting rough out there. Wind would be blowing. I enjoyed the wind, but the darker it got, the more I wanted to go inside the house. Well, with what's taking place in America and behind the scenes and what they're not telling you on the media and different avenues, one of the biggest storms that's ever hit on the face of this earth is on the way. And it's coming, and whether you like it or not, it's going to hit hard. And it's going to hit in different phases. And unless you have prepared or do it in a hurry, you're going to be left out in the middle of a major thunderstorm that's spawning tornadoes, if I may use that parable. And there's nothing but destruction that's going to come to you unless you have prepared. You know, I think about it a lot. Have I did everything I could do? I want you to think about this for a minute. Civil unrest, biological attacks, dirty nuke going off, avian flu pandemic. Just think about all these things that could be taking place. I'm not trying to scare any one of you at all, but I am saying this. You prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's my mentality. We prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Let me ask you this. How many of you go to the store and you buy, let's just say you got a family of 6, and you go to the store and you buy 1 roll of toilet paper? How many of you do that? You don't do it. Surely, I hope and pray to God you don't, because you're gonna run more fuel out trying to get toilet paper, and you're gonna go broke buying toilet paper back and forth, 1 roll at a time. No, you should be putting toilet paper up. At least get a 12-pack if you got 6 people. I mean, 5 or 6 people. One may get took off the thing, drop in the toilet. You out of that roll. We need to prepare. America, we need to prepare for what is around the corner. It is around the bend. And it's coming around to where you and I are at. They have already prepared. They are ready to meet you head on. They are ready to enslave you. They are ready to turn you into their puppet. They are ready to have full control over you. And so I ask you tonight, before I get into any more of this, what is wrong with having a little bit of sovereignty and freedom within your own realm that you live in? What could possibly be wrong with that? Years ago, when my grandpa was alive, my uncles and all, my mama, the big family they had, some of them's gone on to be with the Lord. Always, they'd kill 9 hogs a year. When it got the coldest thing it could, they'd kill the hogs. They'd put the cows up. Because they knew that it was, number 1, cheaper. Number 2, if something ever happened, they would be sustainable. Number 3, credit wasn't so available back then as it was in the not so distant past until everything come crumbling down. Do you see what I'm saying? We had better learn in a hurry. We don't have time for a 4-year college course on this preparing stuff. And I say this in all humbleness to you all. Time is almost up. You had better hear me. We had better be ready. And we had better gird up the loins of our mind and get our hearts right, that we can be sustainable in the dark, dark, dark days that are ahead for America. This is End Time Watchman. I guess I'll be doing another one. That's why I try not to even say a quick video. It don't happen with me. I'll be back.